Up until now, we've been using ordinary out-of-browser functions or Node.js code. Now, let's take a look at how we can use Node outside of the console, and in other words, into a browser. So let's start off by saying or creating a folder called server 101. And when we get into that server 101, let us open a clean browser slate for it. Okay, wonderful. We're going to use some part of npm, and npm can be used to install modules, which we shall look at in the future, but we are going to use it to initialize a folder. So we do that by typing npm init, then we enter. Okay, so our project is going to be called server 101, and we'll keep it at version 1.00. So press enter. We can write a description. This is a sample web server. Okay, entry point, we can have an index.js as well. So yep, and no test command for now, no git repository for now, and no keywords for now. Author, you can put your name here, and license, you can also keep it fine. Okay, now that seems okay for us, so let's proceed by pressing enter, and that's it. Notice what it creates for us. It creates an empty file, actually a JSON object here with just a bunch of values that are kind of useful. Okay, right. Now the next step for us would be, we're going to use the touch command to create a file, right? This file is called index.js. Okay, wonderful. There are several modules. So in the past, you've used modules like the fs module, where you did things like, var fs equals require fs, right? However, in this case here, we're gonna work with another module called http. Now let's take a look at the documentation, and let's search for http and see what it does. http, so we go in there, and http has a bunch of cool things. So we can read some of the docs here. So to use it, we need to require http, and there's a convention. So for the module name, we usually have something like module and then require that module, right? So we'll replace that. So we are going to require the http module, and so it is kind of a convention to repeat the name, right, of the module into a variable name. Okay, so what else can we do with it? Well, I'm going to look for something called create server. Okay, now create server is how we create instances of the server. So we can take a look at what it takes to build a server. So let's see if there's examples you can use here. Okay, there's no practical examples I'm seeing that we can use, but let's give it a second. Scrolling. Okay, we're almost there. Okay, well, not so quick. So anyways, let's go on. So we'll create the server by setting a variable, let's call it server, and then using http and the create server function. Well, there's that idiomatic way of using functions here. We have lots of callbacks, in other words, closures. We tend to use them a lot here. So we'll put in a function callback function. We can immediately put the curly braces, and this function takes in a request and a response object. Okay, we'll look at that shortly. So here we shall now write a quick hi there. This is our first server. Then we shall end it here. Okay, finally we listen to a port number. So in this case, we can also give it a callback, and here we can type words like listening on port 8000. So let's run our code. So we can run index, and there we are. So when we visit a URL, and this URL has to look kind of like this, HTTP, you can use localhost 8000, and we enter. See that nice looking output? So this is your first server. You will have a copy of this code to work with and play with. Thank you.